Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get a free mutt.
Just do it!
What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, it is one of those days. It's like Christmas morning, waking up right now to Friday, our ERB day, and to realize that we have a brand new epic rap battles of history. You guys know exactly what I'm going to do today. It's none other than Indiana Jones versus Lara Croft.
Do it!
But before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out to the Patreon guys. Listen, exclusive reactions and content on there. A great way to support channel directly is by checking out the Patreon. I'll put the links to that below. But anyways, you know what we're here for. Oh, it's been too long. ERB, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got. 1.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
That's sensual.
Back rap battles of history. Lara Croft versus Indiana Jones.
Let's go.
Let's get this battle cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened? You got two.
I am so glad that Friday is back. It's like the heavens have opened up and so much has happened. I've also realized the job I am in for today, but you know what? I love it. I love the orchestral builds. Feels very cinematic. You had the choir chanting there, the heavier, more impactful percussive hits, and it just sets it up for two iconic series, video game franchises, movie franchises as well. And here we go. Nice Peter getting his just very gravelly, very manly, very sensual Indiana Jones voice on. I love the delivery of this, man. And one thing I noticed right away, before the announcer could say, begin, Indiana Jones cracked the whip. How many times does that happen on ERB? Comment down below. So Indiana Jones, let's get it cracking. He literally cracked the whip, but also gets the battle cracking, like let's get it started, or what's cracking up in here? Yeah, that's right, slang it up, baby.
Cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened? You got...
Used to be the queen of booby trapping. Right, the first layer, obviously a booby trap, because with Indiana Jones and also with Tomb Raider, lots of booby traps when you're exploring caves and temples and things, trying to find artifacts and relics. So that's layer 1. Layer 2, booby trapping, because back in the old Mario 64 days, oh, nostalgia. When I was a kid and 3D happened for the first time, it was so exciting. Then all of a sudden they dropped Tomb Raider. It was like, wow. What in the polygonal boobs is that right there? I mean, it was, they were massive. Tomb Raider and Lara Croft had just massive boobies. Booby trap. Just simple facts. But, you know, it caused a lot of stir at the time, especially, you know, going in the 90s, early 2000s, all the calls that games are bad for you, games are horrible for you. Quick, look at Tomb Raider. Look how they, you know, they're obviously trying to speak to the male-dominated audience and gamer market, right? Trying to just sell sex, essentially. Yeah, that's not going to be good for your brains, but you know what? It was fun to look at. How about those fake boobs? No plastic involved. Just algorithms. What am I doing today? This is already starting. ERB is going to get me shut down.
Like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened?
Oh my God. We're going even further, right? Reboot flattened. So flatten is in flat chest, right? Relating to Tomb Raider before the reboots had a lot bigger polygonal boobs. That was just facts. And then they flattened up her chest. But also you could say that the gameplay, the experience was kind of flattened because they didn't do anything refreshing. They didn't do anything new with the reboots. Oh my God, I could go even further. Because if you look at the first Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie, I mean, she's, you know, I'm doing this a lot. What am I doing? I don't know what to do with my hands. Shake and bake on this one. But, you know, she's very naturally gifted. Right? She's well endowed. And then the next female protagonist definitely had a flatter chest compared to Angelina Jolie. Yeah, let's keep it surface level.
Battle cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened? You got too woke to be fun. Now my Indiana kinda don't want none.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon. As we all know, the infamous now Nicki Minaj remake of that one, but Anaconda could go even deeper because when you're exploring the jungle, you know, you might run into an anaconda or two, but he's talking about his anaconda down there in his pants.
You got too woke to be fun. Now
but also he could be like swinging his whip around. I mean, that's a sexual innuendo right there. It's not ERB if we don't have something going on with your pants and all that. So he's swinging that anaconda, baby.
And the anaconda don't want none. Too many voices inside you. You burn through women quicker than I do. I think you should have dropped Hollywood as an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's
Burn through more women quicker than I do. Pretty sure that refers to the fact she's had like 100 different like actress voiceovers for her in the different games. Indiana Jones known for being a ladies' man, so burning through women quicker than I do. And then Angelina Jolie, who has adopted a few children now, right? So playing off of her and her adoptions. But also, she was in the first 2 Tomb Raiders. She could have done a third. She could have made it, a rounded out trilogy, gone for the bag like most of them do in Hollywood. But she was like, no, I'm good. 2 is good enough for me. And then she passed it over. So she should have passed over. They should have passed over with the whole Tomb Raider series on Hollywood is what he's saying. Angelina giving it up for a new female lead to take charge for a new reboot of the series. Flatten that out.
You should have dropped Hollywood.
That was harsh.
As an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's cut to the chase. Wait, he died. I guess.
That was really dope. Right there as he rolls out the whip, like literally as the percussive hit happens, like he just times out that whip roll with it. I just love the syncing of the visuals with the production.
When even Angelina gave you up for
Watch
adoption. Let's cut to the chase. Wait.
Nice, that's smooth. All right, let's go back to appreciate the lyrics.
As an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's cut to the chase. Wait, he died. I guess you couldn't tap the addicts in time. The pain.
Best wordplay so far. Ding, ding, ding. So we've got the tap the X. You tap the X on the screen, and then the information gets revealed to you within the gameplay, but also like tapping the X button, or going even further, like tapping that X, like that ex-boyfriend, Chase Carver, unfortunately died on one of their adventures. Oh, Indiana, you naughty boy.
Let's cut to the chase. Wait, he died. I guess you couldn't tap the addicts in time. The bandicoot to your family's playing in ashes, kid. You got a tragic history with crashes. Puzzle on.
Got a tragic history with crashes. Crash Bandicoot. Wow, we're really taking me back today. The Crash Bandicoot series. So that plays off that. Is there another layer to Bandicoot? Was there like a plane called a Bandicoot plane or something? Because I'm just thinking of the like rodent creature known as a bandicoot, the animal, the mammal. Might be another layer to that, but I'm not sure. But I want to say Angelina Jolie's, because that's how I'm thinking of it. Lara Croft's family, unfortunately, died in a plane crash.
Bandicoot to your family's playing in ashes, kid. You got a tragic history with crashes. Puzzle I'm trying to beat. Figuring out why you're dressed for the beach. I've seen more class than the kids I teach. You can ride.
I mean, the typical early Tomb Raider look before the reboots was, having shorty shorts on and good old tank top ready to go explore the perilous jungles and, every animal and creature trying to kill her. She was well dressed for the beach then. Let's go play volleyball.
Trying to beat. Figuring out why you're dressed for the.
What's really cool about this beat too is that it just like drops out for a moment. It's got some really cool bits where there's like no strings, no choir chanting. So then you can like deliver a punchline and then woof, then you can come back in with the heavier, more cinematic hits. It just sets up really well for like a battle because you can just like really accentuate some punchlines with the way that the production sits on this one.
Beach. I've seen more class than the kids I teach. You can rise all you want. Now I'm still out of reach. So go.
Rise of the Tomb Raider reference right there.
I've seen more class than the kids I teach. You can rise all you want. Now I'm still out of reach. So go grab your relics and run. You versus me is sword versus gun.
Oh, everybody's got to go look up the scene. I don't know, just probably Google Indiana Jones gun versus swordsman, and I'm sure it'll come up with the classic scene, like they're in the market square, and the the dude pulls out the sword, dressed in black, just like that, looking at Indiana Jones, like, let's bring it on. And then Indiana just like raises his pistol like an OG and just like shoots him, just like drops him. And apparently, as the story goes even further, like at the time, Harrison Ford wasn't feeling very well, and he looks like very sickly and tired and hot in the scene. So instead of having like an action sequence, they're like, let's just let him use that old gun versus sword right there.
Reach. So go grab your relics and run.
And then Tomb Raider. No, it wasn't Tomb Raider. It was Lara Croft Relic Run. Wasn't it? That's another game reference. We got a lot of game references in this.
You versus me is sword versus gun. Honey, just the first 4 notes of my theme exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you...
Dun 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 dun! First 4 notes, you do that. Playing charades. Wait, you can't do that playing charades because you can't talk in charades. That's a horrible example. Let's just pretend I didn't say that. I said something more intelligent and made a better metaphor than that. But you know what I'm saying. You play the first 4 notes of the Indiana theme. Everybody knows it's going to be Indiana motherfucking Jones.
Honey, just the first 4 notes of my theme exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you know.
And you can hear it in the back of the mix. Da-da-da-da. Just the brass kicking off there.
Honey, just the first 4 notes of my theme exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you know Rival. You've been getting owned since Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol. Indiana Conda, for heaven's sake, you'd shit those dickies at a garter snake. You're so
Indiana Jones does not get along with snakes. So I love how she takes like the anaconda theme and flips it to a very harmless garter snake. So you would run and tuck your tail between your legs at that. And then also playing off of Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana has the floor separating. Dude looks at him. Indiana's got the idol. Give me the whip. Give me the idol. So he throws him the idol, but then he drops the whip on the floor. But we know Indiana, like a boss, gets to the whip in time, rolls underneath of the closing down Brock, and yeah, typical Indiana dodge while the other dude dies by some horrible booby trap. And man, let's go watch those movies.
Exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you know Rival. You've been getting owned since Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol. Indiana Conda, for heaven's sake, you'd shit those dickies at a garter snake. You stole your famous other daddy jacket and Stetson from the cold dead hands of Charlton Heston.
Oh, I forgot about that. Charlton Heston. Right, so the whole look that Lucas and Spielberg came up with for Indiana Jones is actually just like totally bit and copied from Charlton Heston. What was it? Was it something about the Incas? Rise of the Incas, I want to say. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to comment that one below. But basically, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the picture up right now. I'm going to put the picture up. Clapped it in so I know where it is. Put the picture up so you guys can see it and just see how Indiana Jones just swagger jacked the shit out of Charlton Heston in that series.
Since Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol. Indiana Conda, for heaven's sake, you'd shit those dickies at a garter snake. You stole your famous other daddy jacket and Stetson from the cold dead hands of Charlton Heston.
From the cold dead hands of Charlton Heston. Another fun fact about Charlton Heston. He was president of the NRA. Didn't he gave a famous speech. You can take my guns when I'm by my cold dead hands or something like that, you know. So once I'm dead, that's basically when you can finally take my weapons from me. So that cold dead hands line, wow, there's so many layers to every line on this one.
Garter snake, you stole your famous other daddy jacket and Stetson from the cold dead hands of Charlton Heston. Some ladies mistake you for brave and hunky, but you're such a toxic date you could kill a little monkey. Marion is 15 when you
reference to the monkey when the monkey dies because the monkey tries some of the food before Indiana's about to eat it and then realizes it was poison because the monkey dies, and then Indiana Jones gets saved.
Thank you for brave and hunky, but you're such a toxic date you could kill a little monkey. Marion is 15 when he raided her bow. That's no time for love, Dr. Jones. This is one.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a uncomfortable one for all you Indiana lore folk. Marion Ravenwood, when she first fell in love and became infatuated with Indiana, she was 15, 16, and, you know, Indiana was a decade older than her, right? So that's, it's a little creepy. But there's always, like, implied, like, there was, like, this sort of infatuation, but we don't know, like, if anything physically ever happened or went down. You know, there's always just like the implications, like maybe she just fell for him and just was super infatuated with him, and he was like, nah, I can't do this. We don't know. But obviously later on, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, fast forward, she gets older, all of a sudden it's like, hey, you hit puberty well, how you doing? Let me get you a drink.
Marion is 15 when he raided her bow. That's no time for love, Dr. Jones.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. Isn't that Indiana's sidekick shouting that one out when he's like close with Marion? I think so, yeah. So many references. This is crazy. My brain's got to be switched off.
Marion is 15 when he raided her bow. That's no time for love, Dr. Jones. This is one temple that you'll never be exploring. You're not John Williams, so you ain't scoring. 3 decades in the game.
Da-da-da-da. We talked about that score. That was John Williams who wrote that. So he scored that piece. Also, like, you're not scoring, you're not getting into this temple, you're not boning me, get at the bones, the temple, the scoring. There's a lot of sexual innuendos happening, but basically Lara Croft is saying you ain't getting none.
This is one temple that you'll never be exploring. You're not John Williams, so you ain't scoring. 3 decades in the game and my fans still adore me. You tried alien skulls and chose poorly. Your whole story got blown up on a...
Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Let's just not talk about that one. Like, if there's one moment in my life I wish I could unsee, it's that movie. It's that movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The game and my fans still adore me. You tried alien skulls and chose poorly. Your whole story.
And we pause a lot. If you haven't noticed, like, sorry, I'm not sorry at this point in time. You could comment anger or hate down below. I'm not going to listen to it. But anyways, the whole reason why people didn't like it, well, one, just the ridiculousness got taken to a whole new level. But we involved aliens and Indiana Jones, like history, artifacts and stuff. Like, nah, like he was fighting Nazis and shit, man. Now all of a sudden we got to deal with alien stuff. It just didn't work.
Score.
Didn't work.
Decades in the game and my fans still adore me. You tried alien skulls and chose poorly. Your whole story got blown up on a sitcom. There's a big bang you can't hide in the fridge from. Hang up the wit before.
They just shout out the Big Bang Theory. Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. All right, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I do love Big Bang Theory. But infamous episode on the Big Bang Theory. But actually, it was Amy who debunked it. But it came through the words of Sheldon because he was mad because Amy had ruined it for him. And then he told Leonard and Howard and all of them while they were sat down eating in the cafeteria. And he basically just debunked the whole Raiders of the Lost Ark plotline because he was basically like, yeah, if you think about it, you don't need Indiana Jones. Like, he does nothing to the story. Like, the Nazis still would have found the Ark of the Covenant. They still would have opened it, and they still would have got their faces melted off. And Indiana Jones wasn't even, like, necessary for the entire plot of the story. And then you start thinking about it, and you're like, wow, holy shit, I just got Matrixed by Indiana Jones.
Whole story got blown up on a sitcom. There's a big bang you can't hide in the fridge from. Hang up the wit.
So Big Bang, a big revelation, but also relates to the Big Bang Theory. A lot of really clever wordplay in this.
Your whole story got blown up on a sitcom. There's a big bang you can't hide in the fridge from. Hang up the wit before you crack a hip. I think even Mutt wants you to quit.
Just do it!
I kill dinosaurs for fun. What's
Shia LaBeouf's infamous, just do it! Do it. You know the famous TikTok thing that's out right now? It's like, hey, you, go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. Well, guess what? Shia LaBeouf did it first, all right? Gave like his motivational speech. Hilarious, right? They made so many memes on it. They even made like remixes to it. But yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Shia LaBeouf also played Mutt in the Indiana Jones film. Revealed later that Mutt is actually his kid. Speaking of Marion Ravenwood.
before you crack a hip? I think even Mutt wants you to quit.
Just do it!
I kill dinosaurs for fun. What's another old geezer? Unlock a
Also, shout out to Epic Lloyd for getting his cameo. He had to get in there somewhere. There he is.
hip. I think even Mutt wants you to quit.
Just do
I
it!
kill dinosaurs for fun. What's another old geezer? Unlock this battle up like Winston in the freezer.
Dinosaurs?
Lock this battle up like Winston in the freezer. In the early Tomb Raider games, there's a glitch when you could take the butler Winston and throw his ass in the freezer. And yeah, Tomb Raider, she's killed everything. All kinds of animals. Dinosaurs, especially. Fucking up raptors. How you
Kill
doing?
dinosaurs for fun. What's another
Jurassic Park ain't got shit on Tomb Raider.
geezer? Unlock this battle up like Winston in the freezer.
Dinosaurs belong in a museum!
I've just had the full course meal of chilled Indian voodoo. And they don't even kill as many animals as you do. You're corrupting the youth.
Love how we're taking lines and flipping them back. Very good battle tactics, but belong in a museum. Famous Indiana Jones line from the movie. Different artifacts. He's saying they belong in a museum instead of all these people trying to get them and take advantage of them. And then been served a full course meal. Kill more animals than you do. And like we talked about, I mean, yeah, Tomb Raider, animal rights activists are not going to be happy with Tomb Raider, but it is fun. I mean, let's face it, video game violence is fun, people. This is not sponsoring this video.
The full course meal of chilled Indian voodoo. And they don't even
And then the Indian voodoo, like the Indians that were cannibals and like making human sacrifices and stuff?
kill
Yeah.
as many animals as you do. You're corrupting the youth. They should be outside, not trying to unload the barrels on your thighs. You might have ditched those
Unload the barrels on your thighs, but also like unloading a different type of barrel. You know what I'm saying? Get off of the screen and go get outside, all right? You're getting fat. It's okay. That's America.
corrupting the youth. They should be outside,
That was horrible. I'm a horrible person.
not trying to unload the barrels on your thighs. You might have ditched those pistols akimbo, but you're still the same rich backflipping bimbo. A brat with a treasure map to catastrophe, stuffing your knapsack with innocent casualties.
The rhyme schemes on this.
Scribbling bimbo, a brat with a treasure map.
Rich back flipping bimbo brat with a treasure map. Again, I love just the punch-ins on
Might have
this.
ditched those pistols akimbo, but
Hang on. Just got worried. Oh, thank God I am recording. I just had like a nightmare that I wasn't actually recording what I'm doing.
Outside, not trying to unload the barrels on your thighs. You might have ditched those pistols akimbo, but you're still the same rich backflipping bimbo. A brat with a treasure map to catastrophe, stuffing your knapsack with innocent casualties. Square
Wow. You're just a brat with a I mean, yeah. I mean, in terms of character development, I mean, Indiana Jones doesn't have the best of character development either, but definitely better than Tomb Raider, who's just like narcissistic, running around just like offing other people that are like her. Whereas at least Indiana, you know, is fighting the Nazis and the commies and everyone else. Like, you know, he's fighting for freedom and good. Tomb Raider's just kind of like selfishly fighting for herself. And then the dual pistols, dual wielding. Before it happened in Halo, it happened in Tomb Raider, people. Come on. Lara Croft was the first dual wielder, but then they took that away in the reboots. I don't know why they did. I want the dual wielding back.
bimbo, a brat with a treasure map to catastrophe, stuffing your knapsack with innocent casualties. Square Enix didn't watch anymore. That's why they dropped you like a J in the floor. When they designed your core,
I love how the choir chants hit when he goes J in the floor. Indiana Jones dropping through the J in the floor when he's trying to solve the riddle, and he thinks it's Jehovah with a J, so he steps on the J, but it wasn't. Then later he realizes it was the Latin Jehovah, so he falls directly through the floor, dropping you like a J through the floor. Square Enix owned the IP and rights to Tomb Raider and sold it for just probably not anywhere close to what Tomb Raider should be valued at in terms of the IP, and that caused a huge uproar. But yeah, they dropped it. They dropped it. She got dropped. A lot of dropping going on.
Square Enix didn't watch anymore. That's why they dropped you like a J in the floor. When they designed your core, they ripped my style and jiggled in a bit of girl's polygon wild. You took 3D to uncharted territory. Now you're just in uncharted territory. Overshadowed by Drake like Lil Wayne. Somebody needs to make a tune for your old game.
If you want.
This is fun. This is fun. Uncharted territory. All right, shout out to the game series Uncharted, right? Uncharted is basically like Tomb Raider, but 1,000 times better at this moment in time. Sorry if you're a Tomb Raider fan right now. Playing off of that, right, into Uncharted territory, like exploring, finding new Uncharted territories, or going into Uncharted territory now, like that's what they own. Like they're the best at it. That's their territory. Very clever writing on that. And then obviously Drake, who was our protagonist in Uncharted, relating to the actual Drake and Lil Wayne. Drake signed to Cash Money Records. Lil Wayne was there first. He was one that was huge at the time. Signed Drake, puts on for Drake. All of a sudden, Drake blows up, and nowadays, Drake is bigger than Lil Wayne. Wow! And then the Girls Polygon Wild, like Girls Gone Wild. Don't worry about that if you don't know what that is. But anyways, Girls Polygon Wild. We talked about the boobage and the booby traps. And then also it could be said that a lot of the inspiration for Tomb Raider was taken and bit and Swagger Jack from Indiana Jones, which was taken and bit from the Incas thing that we talked about with Charlton Heston. So everybody's biting off of everybody else. Welcome to the world of art. Round and round we go. Creativity is dead.
That's why they dropped you like a J in the floor. When they designed your core, they ripped my style and jiggled in a bit of girl's polygon wild. You took 3D to uncharted territory. Now you're just in uncharted territory. Overshadowed by Drake like Lil Wayne. Somebody needs to make a tune for your old game.
If you want to talk game, stick to sorry. That verse was worse than your crap on Atari. Aw,
don't diss the Indiana Jones Atari game. I mean, yeah, it's horrible. It's fine.
Game.
If you want to talk game, stick.
And then Sorry. Who remembers Sorry? Okay, come on.
That verse was worse.
So much nostalgia.
Your crap on Atari. Aw, Fedora the Explorer thinks he's tough. You must have gotten dragged behind too many trucks. So strap some blocks on short rounds and pump the brakes. The only overshadowed thing is that face. I'm whooping.
Hold on to your potatoes. Short round. He was the little kid sidekick of Indiana that got chucked out of the series, didn't he? Because he was so short, he couldn't drive the car. At the beginning of which movie was it? I can't even remember now. But he had, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? It might have been. I can't remember. Anyways, so he had to put blocks on his feet in order to drive the whip and drive the getaway car. And then we had other lines. Fedora the Explorer trolling him, basically calling him like a kid, like Dora the Explorer, because that's essentially what he is, going out and having these different misadventures while teaching kids along the way. But he loves to wear a fedora.
Was worse than your crap on Atari. Aw, Fedora the Explorer thinks he's tough. You must have gotten dragged behind too many trucks. So strap some blocks on short rounds and pump the brakes. The only overshadowed thing is that face. I'm whooping you so bad I should get flagged for cheating. Like Muller ran with a heart and he's taking a beating. I'm the first wet.
Oh, she just transferred. I love the outfit change. Smooth. Mola Ram taking a beating. Mola Ram, the high priest who ripped the heart out. made human sacrifices, right? A heart beating. Indiana Jones is getting his ass kicked. He's taking a beating. The wordplay on wordplay is ridiculous in this one. And then flagging someone for cheating, like in the video games, like it's just not fair. Love it. I love all the different word choice, whether it's relating to like having adventures, exploring tombs and artifacts and relics and things and relating to that world, or the different word choice in terms of the metaphors and the choices within the lyricism relating to video games itself and movies and just all the in-between Easter eggs, man. This is very well crafted, this one.
The overshadowed thing is that face.
Overshadowed thing is that face because he made a overshadowing line like Uncharted overshadowing her. So what does she do? I'm going to take Uncharted. I'm going to flip it back on you in the overshadowing scheme because you wear a hat that overshadows your face. Also, you got 5 o'clock shadow. I got worse shadow than that, but it's all good.
Many trucks, so strap some blocks on short rounds and pump the brakes. The only overshadowed thing is that face. I'm whooping you so bad I should get flagged for cheating. Like Mull around with a heart and he's taking a beating. I'm the first wet dream gamers ever had. You're a Halloween costume for out-of-shape dad. Oops, my bad. Your dad was never present. At best, the affection you got was sloppy seconds. Ew. You ditched your side.
How many different wardrobes is she going to wear, by the way? That's impressive. There's a lot of wardrobe changes going on. Sloppy seconds because his dad hooked up with the same woman as he did, but I think daddy did it first. So yeah, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. What's that do for you? And then Halloween costumes for out-of-shape dads. All right, I take offense to that. I'm mildly in shape at this point in time. I do okay for myself coming out as Indiana Jones. But yeah, she was definitely a gamer's first wet dream. I can attest to, no, we're not doing that. TMI.
He's taking a beating. I'm the first wet dream gamers ever had. You're a Halloween costume for out-of-shape dad. Oops, my bad. Your dad was never present. At best, the affection you got was sloppy seconds. Ew. You ditched your sidekick, never met your own kid, cause his mum cut you off like a rope bridge. You're a dog, Indiana, that's fact.
Cut you off like a rope bridge, like Indiana cutting off the rope bridge while he's being chased. But then also, like, yeah, he ditched his sidekick. He did short round. Like, I like short round. I don't know why people didn't like short. Yeah, people didn't like short round. It happens. And then also, like, ditched his own kid because Mutt, played by Shia LaBeouf that we talked about earlier, that comes into that awful movie that must not be named like Voldemort. Playing off of that, he didn't know that he was his kid. So Indiana never really knew his kid from Marion Ravenwood. There we go. Round and round it all comes. We just bring the lore together full circle.
Kick, never met your own kid, cause his mum cut you off like a rope bridge. You're a dog, Indiana, that's fact. The only thing you're loyal to's a hat, no cap. Your face.
You're a dog, and you hear the dog bark. Because Indiana Jones and his dad even said, yeah, Indy? Your nickname Indy? That was named after the family dog, bro. You're basically named after a dog. And then the hat, no cap, we obviously get because she's not lying, playing off of Indiana Jones' obsession with a hat also known as a cap. I am going to hit myself and punch myself in the face if I have to hear one more hat, no cap scheme, though. I'm getting tired of that. All right, rappers, no more. We're not allowed to do it. I'm done with it. It's been done too many times.
Rope bridge, you're a dog, Indiana, that's fact. The only thing you're loyal to's a hat, no cap. Your face straight melted and you lost that smolder, so make like a boulder and roll your ass over. Cause Junior, the
Make like a boulder, the infamous Indiana Jones running from a boulder scheme, Raiders of the Lost Ark diving just in the nick of time. I remember seeing that at Universal Studios too. Come on, who saw that at Universal, the Indiana Jones show? Come on, comment down below. Let me know that I'm not alone. And then what else was there? I don't know. I'm having too much fun. Face melted because that refers to the Nazis opening up the Ark of the Covenant, Raiders of the Lost Ark, getting their faces just full on melted off. But it could also be said like Harrison Ford, who plays Indiana Jones. He's got a lot older now. He's like in his 80s, so his face is definitely sagging a little bit more. Oh, no, I don't like it.
Your face straight melted and you lost that smolder, so make like a boulder and roll your ass over. Cause Junior, the baby boomer beating me at rapping, that's like...
Hey, huge shout out to ERB, keeping it within the British context. Instead of saying ass, putting arse. Arse this, baby.
Smolder, so make like a boulder and roll your ass over. Cause Junior, the baby boomer beating me at rapping, that's like my nude codes. Never gonna happen.
Whole wall.
I always thought the nude codes were real. I mean, I wasted hours of my childhood. Wait, no, TMI. We're not doing it again. We're not doing it again. You beat me at this battle. There was a rumor that you could put in these special nude codes that were programmed into the game, but the developer never actually confirmed that. It wasn't actually true, but it might be. Who knows? Anyways, if you explore long enough, I'm sure you could probably find something at some point in time. It's the internet. Anything happens on here. Never gonna beat at this battle. And then what else was there? I think there was like one more line. Oh, she called him a baby boomer, right? He's getting too old. He's a boomer.
Well, beating me at rapping, that's like my nude codes. Never gonna happen.
Whole wall. Holster. Go
Love this beat. Croc Province. Never heard of her.
Raid Shadow legend.
Ah, this is the commercial. All right, we're done. We can end it there. Anyways, the camera's gonna die. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. You know we had to slip that sexy chicken in there. I mean, come on. You don't know if you want to eat it, if you want to make love to it. It's a beautiful thing. Anyways, Indiana Jones. Lara Croft. This was a good battle. I think there were a lot of really good disses from both. Really clever wordplay. A lot of Easter eggs within the lines. Loved Indiana Jones's rhyme schemes, especially that second verse from Peter. Yeah, very smooth rhyme schemes. I think he had better technicals from an emceeing perspective, right? But that's probably just the experience and ability of Peter at this point in time. In terms of the disses, there were some vicious ones on both sides. Personality I give to Peter. I think the disses, though, overall, and just some of the harder hitting punches, I'll probably give to Lara Croft, which means I'm just going to slightly edge Tomb Raider in this one. What do you guys think? Comment down below. ERB, you were Knox Hill certified. So hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoying the content, guys. If you want to support me, support the channel directly, a great way is by subscribing with notifications on. It goes a long way. Also, comment down below any ERBs we have left that we haven't done yet, or any other recommendations for reactions that you want to see me check out. I try to read all of your comments, guys. I respond as much as I can, so please keep commenting and keep posting. I love you. Stay safe, stay positive. I'll catch you again.